What's happening, everybody on YouTube? Steve here, Rake and Profit over at rakeandprofit.com. Today I want to talk about 5 things that destroy eBay businesses. If you're just getting started selling on eBay, and this really applies to the beginners, the ones who have been selling for maybe a week or two or a month, 2 months, these are 5 things that absolutely can destroy, ruin your eBay business. And I've been selling on eBay for over 6 years now. I've sold all different types of items, listed and sold thousands and thousands of items. And these are 5 big mistakes that you do not want to make. Number 1, a lot of people focus on their sales only. And the big mistake that can destroy your business is not focusing on profit. At first, obviously, you want to learn the business. You want to learn what to buy, what to sell, what to invest in. It's going to take time to figure out your photography, your listing, your keywords, your descriptions, your shipping methods. But once you figure all that out, you want to focus on bottom line profit. At the end of the day, especially with social media, I find like a lot of people are just trying to brag and show off their 30, 60-day sales. And what really matters at the end of the day is how much profit are you actually making from your eBay business. It doesn't matter if you did $50,000 in sales. If you're not turning a profit, then what does it really matter? So you really want to make sure that you know your numbers. That's the key. You want to make sure you know your numbers. And it looks like the internet's a little jittery right now, so you might have to watch this on the replay. So I'll do the best I can to create this video. But you want to make sure that you know your numbers. Get yourself a good software, maybe like GoDaddy bookkeeping or something like that, because you need to understand what is your bottom line profit. Are you actually turning a profit after your cost of goods, after your shipping, after all your fees, after your software, after all the different things that you're paying for, office space, so on and so forth. So that's a big, big mistake. Don't get caught up in just your gross sales. Make sure that you understand profit. What's your profit? You want to have and be ever increasing your profit week in, month in, year in. You want to be increasing your profits. That's a big thing right there. Number 2, a big mistake, something that destroys eBay businesses, is the people who run these eBay businesses, they're not being responsible with their money. In order to grow an eBay business, you're going to have to invest back into your business. You're going to have to invest back into inventory, maybe into employees, maybe into better equipment, into backdrops, so on and so forth. A lot of people's eBay businesses crap out because they don't have the money, they don't have the cash on hand, they don't have the cash flow available in order to reinvest back in your business. So you want to make sure as you're selling on eBay, as you're building up your sales and everything, you want to make sure to set up some type of savings plan, right? So one thing that I've done is I've actually created an automatic payment. So I actually have a payment that comes from my business account into a savings account. So every single month I have $500 that gets pulled out and goes into this other account. I have other accounts as well that I pull money out for, like a emergency fund, for different savings accounts, so on and so forth. So you want to make sure that you're saving money to reinvest back into your business. One of the best tips for growing your eBay business is to make sure that you're consistently reinvesting into new inventory. If you want to go from $1,000 in sales to $2,000, one of the number 1 things you can do is list more items. Buy more items and list more items. Now, of course, you want to factor in the quality of the items, because if you list up 1,000 $2 items, it doesn't matter how many you sell. You're never going to hit your goal. You know, you want to get to that point where your ASP, your average selling price, is high enough to hit your target goal. So that's a big thing right there. So number 1, focus on profit. Don't worry about gross sales. Number 2, make sure that you're responsible with your money so you have cash on hand to reinvest. Number 3, make sure you're building your inventory. One of the number 1 ways to destroy your eBay business is to not replenish your inventory. You need to make sure that you're consistently replenishing your inventory. What's going on? Martin from Thrift Store Gold in the house. Patricia, good to see you. You got to consistently replenish your inventory. Or you've got to find items that have higher margins, bigger profits built in. And you could actually do that by studying different niches and becoming more educated and really diving deep into specific niches, whether that's clothing, shoes, so on and so forth. But that's big. Number 1, make sure you're focusing on profit. Number 2, make sure you have cash on hand, that cash flow available to reinvest back in your business to build it, right? Number 3, continue to build your inventory. That's huge. Number 4, this is a killer. This is absolute killer when it comes to eBay businesses. One of the biggest reasons why I see people fail, they get comfortable with their sourcing strategies. So for example, there's a lot of people who are quitting eBay right now because they can't adapt to the ever increasing prices at thrift stores. Prices at thrift stores are increasing a lot, depending on where you live in the country and the types of items that you're buying and selling. You need to learn how to source other strategies, other sourcing strategies, right? Online arbitrage, garage sales, local buying and selling. You can actually put ads out on different places like Craigslist or OfferUp, and you could have products coming to you. You can set up an antique booth, right? A buy, sell, and trade booth. There's all different types of things that you can do. I'm just throwing a couple options out. Or you could look into wholesale, ordering wholesale and building wholesale relationships to have products come to you. There's eFlip. I love the software eFlip to be able to source products off Amazon from merchants to sell back via FBA. There's so many different strategies. But if you're gonna get complacent and do the same thing that you've always been doing, that's the number one thing that's gonna crush your business. Now, some people's models will continue to work for years and years, but like I said, as an example, the thrift store prices are getting jacked up and a lot of people are quitting eBay. They're not selling on eBay or they're not selling on Amazon because they say to themselves, you know, it's not working. I can't find inventory. You've got to adapt, right? Whether that's looking into drop shipping, that's another option. You don't even have to touch the products, or wholesale, or building out your own brand and sourcing directly from China, private labeling your products. That's another option, but not figuring out or determining new sourcing strategies is a big killer in an eBay business. And number 5, this is a long-term killer of people's eBay businesses, is not setting up a business the correct way. Now, you don't necessarily have to go out there and start an LLC, a limited liability company, or incorporate. But what's even more important than that, outside of like asset protection, is making sure that you have a good handle of your books for tax purposes. One of the biggest reasons why people quit eBay is they get so overwhelmed with 1099s and all these receipts getting thrown around. They sit down with their CPA and they can't figure out, you know, how much they paid for their inventory or their office supplies, and this goes wrong and that goes wrong. You've got to be organized. I would recommend checking out GoDaddy Bookkeeping. That's a great software. QuickBooks, if you're a little more advanced, or even hiring a bookkeeper like I have over the years. As my income has increased, I've been able to outsource some of these things, but you need to make sure that you understand the basics of bookkeeping and the basics of taxes, right? Look into hiring an accountant or a CPA, because at the end of the day, once you cross that line of selling 200 items and $20,000 in gross sales, you're gonna get hit with a K-1099 from PayPal. And if you haven't already looked in your PayPal, those have actually been delivered about, I think, a week ago. But essentially what a 1099 is it's a way of a company such as PayPal saying, hey, we let the government know, we let the IRS know, or whoever, that you have earned this income from us, and they're going to know about that, so you better claim it, essentially, right? I don't know if that was the best way to describe it, but the government, the IRS, whoever's in charge of the taxes, I don't even know, but they know. So you got to make sure that you kind of know those basic things when it comes to taxes and accounting. And like me, like, I don't even know all the terminology. I'm not an expert, but I have a team that helps me, right? And I probably know more than 95% of most resellers when it comes to this stuff. But you don't have to know that much. You don't have to know that much. What's up, Zach? Good to see you. So those are the 5 killers of an eBay business. Number 1, not focusing on profit. At the end of the day, you're not doing this for charity. You're not doing this to show off your numbers and sales on eBay, on social media. It's to actually turn a profit at the end of the day. After cost of goods, after office supplies, after travel, education, all your expenses, after reinvesting back in your business, paying off VAs, so on and so forth, how much you actually showing bottom line. That's what you need to be focusing on. Number 2, focus on building up your cash on hand. You need to have more money to invest in your business to grow, right? There's only so much time in the day, and you might think to yourself, well, you actually might be at a level where you don't really need to continue to reinvest. You might have plenty of inventory sitting around your house that maybe you purchased from thrift stores already, but there's going to come to a point where you can't either, 1, you can't source enough because you don't have enough time, or 2, you can't list enough. So you're going to get hit with one of those bottlenecks, and you're going to need to invest in people, someone to help you out, or some type of software, some type of system, or VAs, or something like that. But you're going to need cash on hand, right? And if you're not taking care of your books and your taxes, you might have cash on hand, but by the time, Mr. Taxman comes to collect, you're going to get completely wiped out. So you've got to be smart you've got to be smart in those areas. Number 3, not building your inventory over time. You want to consistently build your inventory on eBay. On Amazon, sometimes it's a little different with the long-term storage fees, but as an eBay seller, you're storing all of the items yourself and shipping them out yourself. So you want to continually build your inventory, and typically that's going to correlate to you making more sales. And the 5th big mistake, like I said, just to recap, is not setting up your books and getting a good understanding of bookkeeping and taxes. So hopefully you guys found value in this video. If you are, or you have been enjoying this video, do me a favor and smash that like button right now. I'm going to answer some questions, but we got 120 people in the house right now. Let's see if we can hit 100 likes right now. The more likes we get, the more this video gets out to people and helps to inspire, educate, and motivate people to, you know, step up their game or to start a business online. It's crazy how many people are suffering. They're suffering because their finances are poor. They're suffering because they're working a 9-to-5 job. They're suffering because they just need a little extra money. And I honestly believe from the bottom of my heart that there's so many opportunities out there that the internet presents that people can get into to start making money online. There's so many businesses. eBay is only one of them. I always talk about eBay because that's how I got my start. And that's pretty much the easiest way for people to get started, going to thrift stores and garage sales. But once you start building up some capital, you know, there's other things you can look into as well, like Amazon FBA, private label, wholesale, drop shipping, so many different options. So I'm here to educate you guys and help you guys out as much as I can. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. We got the cherry picker in the house saying smash that like button. I appreciate that, the cherry picker. I want to know, where are you guys from? Donovan says, is drop shipping coming to an end? It's definitely not coming to an end. Right now, things are a little shaky in the eBay drop shipping community because eBay has updated some of their terms of service when it comes to drop shipping. But I can tell you right now, even though the terms of service aren't favorable to eBay sellers, this happened to Amazon a long time ago, and there's tons of people still drop shipping on Amazon, not getting in trouble. You just have to follow the rules in certain ways and do certain things. And we got Mama Profit pulling up right now. But drop shipping, I can promise you right now, mark my words, is far, far from over. But a lot of people are going to quit and a lot of people are going to give up because they're going to just read the terms of service and be like, oh, can't do it. But it's not the case. I have hundreds of friends who are still crushing it and doing well. You just have to adapt and do things different. So yeah, over here at Savers right now, getting ready to do some drop shipping. We got Liverpool in the house, Colorado, New York, California. I'm in Connecticut, Iowa, Cincinnati, Ohio. Good to see everybody. Oregon, it's crazy. We have people from all over the country right now. We got JP from Washington. That's awesome. So yeah, I'm just looking over to my left because I see Mama Profit getting out of the car. Maybe we can get a little introduction from Mama Profit real quick, see what she's up to. How you doing?
Good, and you?
You want to say hi to everybody real quick?
Hi.
We've got 117 people watching. Did anybody get to see Mama Profit in the thrifting meetup? You were pretty popular in that video. A lot of people were excited to see you.
I know. I was excited to see them too.
And what do you got, a little bag? What is this?
My Savers bag.
Oh, little Savers. And why do you bring this with you?
I hope to fill up the bag.
People are saying, what up, Mama Profit? Jessica's saying hi. Zach is saying hi. We got somebody from Iraq in the comments.
Oh, nice.
All right, well, it's cold, so I think we're going to go inside. Maybe I'll bring you guys inside for a second, see if the internet holds up. Bear with me for one moment. I'm going to bring the people inside with us. All right. I don't know if the internet's going to work, but we'll see what happens. So what are you up to?
Not much, just e-flipping.
E-flipping. Yeah, so e-flip's been interesting this year. I'm going to do an updated video. But essentially, e-flipping is buying from Amazon merchants and selling on FBA. And recently, I had a ton of my books get restricted, like 40 books. So that kind of sucks. The Amazon restrictions are really, to be honest, quite shitty lately. It's just, have you been noticing a lot of restrictions with books for you?
No.
Because I've been getting destroyed with restrictions.
Maybe you pushed the wrong button on the...
No, I didn't. It's the funny thing, but that's why I'm going to be looking more into like Like, I'm gonna be creating a lot more content about private label and wholesale and stuff. I mean, books are still great, but the e-flip's a little dangerous. You gotta be careful with it. All right, let's see.
Still on there?
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can not get kicked out. All right, I won't. I'll get in front of you. Yeah, so we're in Manchester, Connecticut right now. You're not gonna get a cart? Let's see what we got here. E-flip's not the problem, it's Amazon restricting. I had received an email from Amazon the other day talking about they restricted a whole bunch of my titles that I had, so kind of sucks. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna lose you guys in here, so I'm gonna say peace. We're gonna go do some sourcing and find some stuff, but you guys have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video. Smash that like button.